Hi, Francis here, creator of the Ecclesiastes 3 Time and Life Planner System, the daily planner that's going to help you get to heaven. I know you have big hopes and dreams for your life and a bunch of New Year's resolutions you need to accomplish and realize to make this year a productive and successful one. But what to do? Many months in and you don't have a plan, or a way to organize all that needs to be done and the tasks completed, or a way to monitor your progress to hold yourself accountable to your vision as you journey through the year in your quest to accomplish your goals and what I always hope for, to live God's will and purpose for my life. Look, we're well into the new year, but it's not too late to put a plan into motion and make this your year and work to make your dreams come true. But to do so, you need the tools to make it happen, and that's what's missing. But I have the solution so you can begin your journey towards achieving all you hope for this year. During my life and career, I could never seem to find a date book or system that would help me manage my valuable time so I could live my dreams and visions while in this world, to grow in faith, one that would bring me closer to God and discover and achieve His purpose for my life. I wanted something that would also help me pay closer attention to those I love and bring me closer to family and friends and the needs of others, while at the same time increasing my devotion to God and my spirituality. So I ended up developing one myself that would do just that, and I would like to share it with you now. As mentioned, it's called Ecclesiastes 3 Time and Life Planner System, or E3 for short. Please check it out on my website, e3plannersystem.com, and review the entire program. So while you're reviewing the system, I want to get you started right away by sharing with you the do-it-yourself version, which incorporates some of the key techniques and components of the planner to get you on your way towards managing your time and life this month as you journey towards success and, yes, even heaven. There's nothing to buy from me, but you will need to go to your local stationery store or go online to purchase the following items. So here we go. What you need is a 2-inch binder, as shown here. This is a sample of one of my binders from the Ecclesiastes 3 or E3 system that I have. So you need a 2-inch binder. You also need a package of college-ruled, preferably reinforced loose-leaf paper. Okay? You need an 8 by 11 full-size date book like this one. And then a set of 5 tab dividers. Here you see the whole book, but you only need the center one. Now, what I need you to do is to remove the wire holder as seen in the picture here. This is how I'm doing it, assuming you have a date book similar to this, and you should, because you need eventually to punch some holes in it. Try to get one that's like this. And this is how I remove the spine, or the what holds the daily planner in place. I got rid of it, took it out. Then you need a 3-hole puncher to punch holes in the date book so it can be placed in the binder. Hopefully you can use one from your office, or a friend has one so you don't have to buy it. And you see how that's done. Now you can see there it is, the daily planner after you've punched the holes in it. What I need you to do is to place it in the binder as such. Now you've taken out the center number 3 of the 5 tabs, and you place that in the binder behind the date book. I'll explain in a later time what we need to do with the 4 other tabs, but you can see how they're used in the example here in the illustration. Okay, before we proceed, what I need you to do is right in the weeks to the very right side inside the planner, the date book. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You notice that, or continue 5 in the next week. This will help you see in the examples to follow that when following up on a task or when it's being carried forward, how to indicate the week in which you're going to move that task towards, so you can follow up, and it will eventually be put on your daily list. You'll see in the coming examples how that's accomplished. Okay, now let me share with you how to enter and manage tasks. As you can see here in my sample page, everything starts with a date and a circle as seen in the first entry on my sample task sheet. Then I indicate whether the task is business or personal with BUSI or PERS. I use a lot of abbreviations, preferably 4 letters for speed. Then a slash, where I indicate the category general topic of the task, as in HEL for health. By the way, sometimes I do forget to abbreviate, as you will see. FAMI for family, FRIE for friends, SPIR for spirit, and so on. Then to the right, but to the left of the loose leaf pink line, the subject of the task. Then below the circle a dash with the actual task itself. Now take a look at the sample sheet. The first task on 114, back in January, I put this in here, so it's a little dated, but you'll note BUSI for business. BA is Becker and Associates, which is one of my businesses, and it says backup, and the backup is for the ACT database, which is my CRM service or customer management, and I just updated the service or the software, and that should, I'm hoping they have an opportunity or a way to automatically back up the database. But in the past, I've had to write it down and remember to do it, and this is how I entered that particular task. And you will note that I did make I forgot to actually on the circle put a slash through it. But in any case, you'll note that there's a circle on the right-hand side, which means that the task was partially done, or it could be a task that has to be done numerous times through the year, as in this case. And you will see that I put below that, CF means follow up, and the F and the U mean follow up and then as I said before, we use the date book to indicate what week I want to send that task forth to, or carry it forward to, which is week 12. So that's an example of a task. Let's take a look at 2.5. Once again, it's a business task. Once again, it's for Becker and Associates. I'm working on a marketing concept for my business, and it's called Simplified, or Simplified America, and and I have to license it with the state of New York. So there's that task. It's not an immediate task that has to be done right away, but I entered in the book to get to it when I can. And now let's take a look at the third task is something of a spiritual nature. It's personal / it's spiritual, and I'm praying for people that I love, and friends and family, and I want to be reminded to keep them in prayer, and I do it in this way. One person is Rosemary, another is my son-in-law's friend, and I just put Jane's friend because I actually don't even know his name, and I put pray. And as you see, I can look to the right side and see there are numerous pages along the way that may have pray on them, and I can easily reference it by looking for those I want to pray by looking at the right side of the page. Pray for, that is. And it just happens to be an item that I'm going to carry forward. So there's a circle there. It's not a task that actually it has an immediate date that it must be done by. So one slash through that, which means basically it's not completed, and it's going to be carried forward. Now let's take a look at the third item. 311 is this is a personal item. It's has to do with my health. I use the word focus, but I also will put that use it as an objective at some point on pages that you will eventually get to see in the whole system, the E3 system. But for now, it's a focus, and I want to drink more water. And I'm studying. There's a lot to breathing, and breathing properly. For meditation, for health, for stress, and it's just, there's ways to breathe that are healthier, and I'm just trying to educate myself on that. I do meditative prayer, and it's very, very powerful, but I want to study it further. You'll note again that there's one slash through it because doesn't have an immediate a deadline or a date that has to be accomplished by, and it's going to be carried forward at some point, but the circle to the right means that I'm going to carry it forward, and it's not actually complete. How about the next task? It's 325. Once again, this is a business task. My wife happens to be in the real estate business, and I want to help her with some marketing. And so I need to call a newspaper person that I know. Her name is Rhonda, and I want to do some special kind of advertising. So that's an example of tasks that I put in my E3 book, but you can use just as worksheets by just using the date book, and the center divider, which is for worksheets and notes. Here's a sample page of all the tasks on a page. Just take a quick note down below. You'll see personal, L-E-I-S means leisure. That's for, and I want to see this movie. It's called No Greater Love. And whether it's streaming or in the movie theater, eventually I want to see it. Here's another one for when I talk about keeping close to family and friends, or closer to. Robin and Linda very actually is family, and they're just very, very close to my wife and me. And I like to have dinner with them on a pretty regular basis, so it's not like you sort of one and done. We had dinner, and it's not like I want to let great lengths of time go by when we don't have dinner together or be together. And so that's a way of reminding me to have dinner with them. And then I'll do sort of after having dinner with them, say recently, or in the next week or two, I'll carry forward that. I'll put the 3 or 4 weeks ahead or 5 weeks ahead, and to have dinner with them again. I want to be reminded of this. It's just important to me. I love them, and I want to spend as much time, as possible. But I want to be reminded. And by the way, I'll keep track of when I do have dinner with them, and I can look back, and the date will be there. I just want to identify something else. You'll see at 325, I got to see the dentist. At 325 also, the dates are not significant here. I kind of just put them all down, pulling them from my book to provide you with examples. Personal friends of ours are the Graces. We want to go see Moulin Rouge in the city together. But so I have to make some time to get in line and get the tickets after the COVID experience. The prices have really gone up, and there's not a lot of deals out there anyway. The tickets are very expensive, but got to get in line. Eventually going to do it, and really want to see that musical. In the middle, also a personal friend of mine is Raquel. She has a child, and child may be having some challenges, and I try to keep in touch with her. I met her by happenstance. I believe God put her in my path in my life, and this is how I want to try to follow up I want to try to follow up with her to see how her daughter is doing, and if she needs any help. This is a way of following up on that, and I will make a note when I do speak to her, and then put that and carry forward that particular item into the future. This is just, an example of how I manage tasks. You may ask, why so much detail? But you say you make a list of things to do each day. You say you make a list of things to do each day, but many tasks have more than one component or stages or cannot be accomplished in one effort, as I just showed you. Some tasks require follow-up, and you can see that. And when you have a list or start off like that, I know sometimes I never get to finish the list or complete just a few things on the list and have to write it all over again. Here I don't have to do that. Things can be added or deleted from the ultimate daily list, but remain in your work pages until you're completely done. And by the way, also priorities do change. And as you can see, a lot of these tasks are not your put out the garbage variety. So I'm hoping that this helps you understand how I manage these tasks and keep on top of things. And I think this is an example here of, as I mentioned before, of how the following up on and backing up the ACT database. And oh, by the way, here's an example I meant to show you before. Someone had asked me to get a quote for insurance for a Little League, and that's a prospect. PROS means prospect, and what happens is, this is an example. The quote came in for the Little League, and I received the quote, and I emailed it to the prospect. Now that part of the task, once again, I crossed off the task from before. As you can see, double X'd. That means the task is completely done. And now I have a slash just through the task once again. And why is that? It just reminds me that the task really isn't completed. I did send out the quote and emailed it to the prospect. I emailed it to the prospect, and now I want to follow up with the prospect in another couple of weeks, and I put week 20 here. And out of the date book, I saw that it was week 20 that I want to follow up with how many weeks it is into the future. And I will follow up with the prospect. And on the right side, it tells me that the task is still open and only partially done by one slash through the circle. And that's how I do it. And it's something I developed over the years, and it seems to be so effective. And I hope you find it to be that same way, and it just takes everything, all the clutter out of my mind, and gives me a real system on how to manage tasks. You can see most of these are some very, very important, some not such great importance, but then again, also tasks that are important to my life and my spirituality, and living God's will and purpose for my life. I also develop logging tasks in this way so I can tell quickly which tasks are business or personal, and some tasks have to be repeated numerous times in the course of a year, which I will carry forward as was backing up my database. If this sounds complicated, it's not. This is just a powerful, accurate, and complete way of managing the tasks we need to do in life in an organized fashion without cluttering our minds. Also, what is key here is you are documenting everything that must be done, which is what frees up your mind from worrying about and forgetting or remembering what you need to do day to day and week to week. This allows you, by the way, to be creative and dream, to focus on your goals and the big things, the macro tasks, so to speak, to make things happen. You now can put out of your mind all the things that you need to do and that must be done until you put them on your daily list or list for that day. I'm so busy and have so much I want to accomplish. This method allows me not to have to wonder or try to remember what I wrote down also and why. By having sub-references, it truly helps me remember the task and the details and what it was all about. And in addition, this method allows me to quickly identify the importance of a task as the days or even weeks go by. And in searching for a task that I need to recall, it makes the search easier and quicker. For example, to find a phone number or someone's name, I look down the right side. The concept, in essence, is to create a funnel for all tasks and activities that need to be done and allow all of them to funnel down, prioritizing them along the way to assure those that come out the bottom of the funnel are the tasks that must be done that week, each day of that week, and they end up on your list. And so it is from these pages that you create your daily list. And when you do your review at the end of the week, you'll X the circles to all tasks that have been completed. So please follow my format because it is very effective and helps organize tasks. And after you have mastered the process, you can make your own tweaks. You will note that some tasks are more personal and not as defined by a specific action to complete, for example, keeping people in prayer. By having just about every action or desire on paper helps me keep my mind at peace and the important things in life always before me. It allows a certain harmony that binds the mind, body, and spirit together, which is the way life should be. So another quick help to managing tasks, and it is this. For anything that is important and is a priority, put 1 star on the right side of the loose leaf page. 2 stars make it very important. Let's see. You see that right there? On the right side of the page. There's an example. So these are just a few of the components that will get you started. But there's much more to the E3 Time Life Planner system. Personally, I find planning to be fun and spiritually rewarding. The time we devote to it, it has benefits beyond anything that can be measured. The system also has features like how to create a visual of your dreams, to setting a 5-year plan, how to create objectives and priorities each week, and goal-setting pages. It helps you track your progress along the way and allows you to celebrate milestones as you reach and achieve them. Just some of the things the system helps you with. Right now I'm having a special promotion in which I will give the system to you for free. I just ask you to pay the shipping. So you can go to the e3plannersystem.com and order the complete system if you choose. However, starting by doing a DIY is a great idea because when you receive the whole system, you'll already be familiar with some of its most important features and techniques. E3 is unique and special in just about every way. As it approaches life, its challenges, and seeks God's purpose for your life, all in a holistic manner. It does this by embracing the mind, body, and spirit together, allowing joy, hope, peace, and happiness to permeate your life as you work to achieve your dreams and purpose in life. The system also has a journal, which I find special and adds so much to my journey through life. Every day we live as a gift and should be remembered, what we did and what we learned. It's fun to write down thoughts and emotions, what happened that day, our joys and sorrows, our successes, and even our failures. How do we live our life for that one day, those 24 hours, and so many minutes, even seconds? Anyway, we often learn more from our failures than we do even from our successes. Perhaps you won't do this every day, but to write down how you felt on your wedding day, what you did on your honeymoon, the day you graduated, or the day your first child was born. What a treasure it would be to someday look back and wonder and read about your life during these incredible moments. And ultimately, you can write down spiritual experiences in the end. The plan of all plans is to get to heaven to spend all eternity with Him. So make this your year. It's never too late. Put your plan into motion and start your journey towards achieving all today. Use my DIY method to get started. Remember, Creating a plan requires thought and putting things down on paper so you can track your progress and be accountable to yourself and to your vision. Email me at my website with any questions that you have. And in closing, good luck, and I wish you all God's blessings now and always.